A look into the past reveals the historical significance of cities often described as creative, such as Florence, Paris, and Berlin. Not only were these places artistically and culturally influential, they were also major economic hubs. As we move well into the 21st century, it is suggested that creativity remains an economic indicator. Economist and intellectual Richard Florida suggests that innovation, a driver of the new economy, stems from the knowledge and talents of the creative class. These individuals engage in technology, the arts, law, medicine, and academia, and contribute to the growth of the cities they live in. Here in Vancouver, it is easy to argue that this city is creative. Home of two world-renowned universities, major game developers, and the nickname of Hollywood North are all indicative of the central role creativity plays in Vancouver's economy. But can we really call Vancouver a creative city?
Money. Money is the big thing that really hinders any sort of kind of creative progress, it seems, especially today when everything, absolutely everything is monetized. How loud money is compared to just, bright minds or good ideas.
On July 17th, artists, media makers, innovators, and other creative types gathered in Vancouver's East Side at Remixology 6, Hit the Refresh, to share ideas about new media, innovation, and public space, and to uncover the social issues hindering Vancouver from reaching its full potential as a creative city.
When we consider media and its relationship to public space, we're really asking two questions. One, how does or how can media act in public space? And two, how can media or how does media act as a public space? So in the first case, we can talk about how we can bring arts and culture and creativity into spaces that already exist, like this one, and particularly underused spaces, to reinvigorate them and turn them into exciting spaces of collaboration and creativity.
Richard Florida cites three factors, which he calls the 3 T's, that are present in truly creative cities: talent, technology, and tolerance. The crowd at Remixology showed that Vancouver is full of talented, tech-savvy folk. What's missing here is tolerance.
Something that gets overlooked a lot is there's a lot of privilege in this city. There's a lot of really wealthy white males in this city. And the fact of the matter is, it's 2011, but wealthy white males still have a hell of a leg up on most other people in the city. So the fact that there's a lot of that demographic here helps bankroll a lot of high-profile creative projects, which gives the city a really outward appearance of being creative. While at the same time, a lot of disenfranchised communities like this area, the downtown east side, they're very creative and they're very vibrant. They're very diverse and energetic, but that art doesn't get seen because there's still a huge gap in privilege. So I think there's a lot of factors that are helping Vancouver look like a creative city, but those same factors are painting a portrait of the city as one kind of creative.
So the thing is, with creatives, you need to create like a rental situation. It's really, really expensive to live in Vancouver, and so a lot of creative people move to Montreal or move to somewhere where they can have an apartment that they don't have to literally be occupying at all times, or else they'll go bankrupt. It's tough to be creative here because the arts are cut, there's very little funding, a lot of it is volunteer, public space is being challenged, venues are being shut down, so it's up to us to think really critically about the space in our city and how we use it.
Despite challenges, creative types in Vancouver are coming together, developing unique projects and using new media to carve out their own accessible spaces, both on and offline.
For example, that mapspace.com or .org project was about like the downtown east side, Chinatown, Gastown, places that aren't necessarily like the nicest part of town. And I think spaces like that do lend themselves to creative people to use that space as a canvas for whatever projects they have in mind.
The city doesn't create those opportunities. We create the opportunities. So as far as the potential is concerned, the potential draws from the well of the creative populace in Vancouver.
Because Vancouver is so diverse, and I think it's a lot more diverse than a lot of other cities, because it just seems to attract lots of interesting people to it. they flock to it from other places. And so I think in that there's a lot of potential for a lot of collaboration because you have all these people from these very diverse backgrounds and they're all in one place and they can work on things together.
Only time will tell if Vancouver will remain creative in just an economic sense, or if it will develop into a creative city where the social benefits of creativity will be extended to those who are currently excluded.